Up was six. So I know 6ix9ine's team, you know, Murda and all them. And I was, he came to me and was like, why don't we have 6ix9ine walk out with you? I obviously had to talk to the team about that, and we obviously didn't agree that would be a good idea. You know, obviously,
I don't think you guys.
But for Bryce, it makes sense for Bryce.
I obviously told Bryce that like that guy told me, but I'm not doing that. And Bryce was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." And so like we got it all set up with him, and because Bryce is just, Bryce just doesn't give a fuck, dude.
Don't you love Bryce Hall? Like, this kid is like, plays the villain and
I'm
pisses
telling you
off
right
everyone.
now,
I fucking love this kid.
I love him too.
He's been literally my little brother for almost 6 years now. Dude, this kid is, anyone can say whatever the fuck that they want, but this kid is fucking awesome. He is awesome. He's literally like uncancelable. Like, you literally can't cancel this kid.
Well, that's the thing. When you put yourself in that position, it's in the weirdest way. You become.
Dude, I'll be talking to some YouTubers and we'll just be chatting shit and they'll be like, "Oh man, I fucking hate." I go, "I love that kid."
He just doesn't. He's literally, the best way to describe is like, it's like he's just what you see is what you get, and if you either fuck with it or you don't.
Yeah, that's true. It is true. It's so fun. People, what I respect about Bryce is, and I feel like I fall in the same category. People like to prop themselves up and give you their best when they're in front of a camera and on social media when there's people watching.
Oh.
And then they're fucking scumbags behind the scenes and fucking, you know what I mean? Bryce is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You know
that's one thing that me and Bryce have always been like, true to ourselves, is like, because we were like, you know, back then, like getting exposed or canceled or whatever from like smoking or all this stuff. It's like we were like, here's my life on the internet. Like, I'm the exact same way in person. Like, fuck with me or don't. Like, and there's nothing to hide there.
When Bryce was younger, when Bryce was younger, he was like actually a bad, like just beating up random friends and like he had some pretty bad scandals.
Something I don't think this has ever been talked about in the public eye. So. That's how me and Bryce became friends.
You guys got into a fight?
We got, not me and him, but we got into a fight with we got a knife pulled on us on Hollywood Boulevard. And this is the first night I met Bryce. We stayed up no way. We stayed up all night long, right? And this is when I was living at 1600 Vine, like fucking 6 years ago. We stayed up all night long. We go to Starbucks at like 6 a.m. the one right there on Hollywood and Vine Street. And we're standing in line. I'm low-key tired of shit already. This guy comes like backwards in the line and just shoulder checks me for no reason. Like, no reason at all. I'm just on my phone, just minding my own damn business. And of course, like, I didn't even see the guy, I did nothing. My first instinct is like, "Yo, are you fucking good?" Like, what? And he was like,
were you guys there separatly or did you guys go to Starbucks
we were there together? Okay. Yeah. And then he was like, "What's that? You want to step outside then, like, real quick, like, da 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 da?" And like, I'm like, what the before I even say anything, Bryce is like, "Let's go." And I'm like, "Who is this kid? Like, what the fuck's going on out here?" We go outside and I'm like, "Fuck, all right, we gotta go." Pulls a knife on us. I'm like, "Yo," like I'm chilling, bro. I'm like, "Yo," I'm honestly like,
it's not that deep.
I know, like, I can handle myself, but I'm just not gonna fuck with a knife. It's not that deep. Bryce is still going crazy on this motherfucker. Like, he's like still trying to like fuck this dude up, and there's like people in the fucking streets like trying to stop it. I'm like, that's fucking crazy, dude. And I was like, I respect this guy. He doesn't even know who I am, and he was about to get stabbed for me. Like, fuck yeah. And so that's how our friendship started.
Fuck yeah.
I almost got in a fight yesterday in a fucking Target parking lot. I swear to God.
You did?
Yo, I would pay so much money to see Keem get down, dude. I've seen it,
bro. I've seen it. Remember fucking...
Let me find out, Keem.
Yo, Keem, remember fucking Pittsburgh?
Oh, God, yeah.
Bro, can we please talk about that?
Let me find out.
Banks, you tell the story because I don't want to tell my own story. And then I'll tell the Target. There's
video. There's video of it.
I gotta see it.
So
please tell me you dropped
this kid Pittsburgh. Keem bought a bunch of weed and was just giving it out to everybody at this MLG event, like this gamer event. And I guess Pittsburgh fucking like stole some weed from Keem. And Keem went off on this fucking guy, man. And there's a whole fucking crowd of us circling around Pittsburgh. This big fucking dude. And
way bigger than me.
Yeah, and Keem just beat his ass real quick.
Let's go.
Dropped him.
Let me find out, dude. It was
honestly so good. It was so. I'm in the video.
I don't like the. Okay, this is a little bit of a backstory, right? This kid smoked me up at the event before, right? So he didn't have weed at the next event. So I was like, you know what? I got some weed. I just came from Colorado. I give him like a quarter, right? And I'm just like, have fun with it. Just, I'm not planning on smoking that much. Just save some for Sunday because it's a whole weekend event, right? And so Sunday comes around and I hit him up. I'm like, yo, do you got a little bit? Because I think me and Banks were about to smoke, you and your girlfriend at the time. And he goes, nah, we smoked through it. I'm like, it is what it is. Don't worry about it, bro. Then all these other people came up to me and they're like, yo, Pittsburgh sold your weed.
Oh, he was
selling the weed that I just gave him to help him out. And so I'm fucking livid, bro. So I get up in his face and I'm like, yo, why the fuck you lying to me? He tried to swing on me. I just grabbed his arm and threw him on the fucking ground. But so anyhow, I go to Target yesterday, right? And I just grabbed a couple things, right? I got this new Oculus Quest thing, and I'm walking on the crosswalk or whatever to go to the parking lot. And this car comes in and he's flying and he slams on his brakes like right in front of me, almost hits me, right? So I just start walking as slow as I possibly can. I'm like barely moving forward with my car.
Trolling somebody in real life in the Target parking lot.
And I'm death staring this guy, like just staring right at him, right? And so it was an older guy driving in this truck, and then it was like his son or something in the passenger, big motherfucker, like 6'5" or some shit, big heavy fucking dude in the passenger seat. So as soon as I pass them and they drive by, they stop. And he goes, you know, you didn't walk exactly in the crosswalk. You know, you need to watch where you're going. I go, excuse me? I go, I'm a fucking pedestrian. I got the right way. Get the fuck out of the car. They're like, as he's talking shit to me, they're like slowly moving away, like going like 5 miles an hour. I'm like, get out of the car. Like fucking step out.
No way.
And dude, I got this old lady. She's like 60 years old with a cart. She's gassing me up. She's like right next to me. Saw the whole thing. She goes, you had the right of way. She goes, you had the right of way. That guy's in the wrong. You tell him. She's gassing me up. So I'm even getting more fucking heated. I'm pounding my chest in this Target parking lot as they're driving away. I'm like,
I've never seen that side of Keem. Yo, I've got to see
so
this.
funny. I've seen it a couple times.
Dude,
it's fun.
That's fucking hilarious.
Dead ass, I would have lost, bro. This was like a big country bunkin' motherfucker. Like you would have beat my ass.
Yo, those motherfuckers don't fuck around. I'm from Texas. I used to be a little hick. Like they get down.
I've been to Austin a few times, and every time I've ever been to 6th Street, there's someone. There's a fight every time.
You go to the stockyards in Dallas, bro. It's dunzos.
I think what's going on in Dallas? Somebody was just talking about it yesterday. I think Jake's fight is in Dallas, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I hope so. It's my hometown.
I think Jake's next fight is in Dallas. What was your favorite fight of the night?
Of my night?
Yeah. I think Jarvis had a good one.
Jarvis.
Did you watch Jarvis'
fight? You want to know what's fucked?
Jarvis
every fight that was, we had monitors obviously in the locker room. Every fight was up there, and something happened with the connection to our monitor, so we didn't get to see
Jarvis's fight.
I didn't get to see it.
So trash.
Yeah, dude, that's why. And I heard, like, I was hearing everyone was like, "Oh, the fight's over." All right, I was like, "Wait, it even started? I didn't even know it started."
He
like,
knocked that motherfucker out.
I go to another monitor where like the head people are, and I just see the slow mo of him dropping Michael, and I was like,
he looked so good, bro.
I missed
Jarvis
it.
is a fucking
Yo, I
animal,
gotta
man.
say this, and I might have already said this somewhere else, but like, dude, Michael Lee actually looked really good.
Yeah,
like I saw it. I was
very surprising.
Yeah.
Michael
honestly.
Lee deserves way more credit than he got because he got knocked out by Jarvis. Just Jarvis is an animal, but Michael Lee's footwork was amazing.
Yeah.
Like he was
they looked
like
good.
Michael Lee trained for this fight, man.
Yeah,
like
no, for
he
sure.
didn't half-ass this.
For sure.
Yeah.
You want to get into the summer shit? It's the last. I think
I was waiting for it. Well, I know that, you know, we tried to get on here once, like right after it came out, because I was like, yo, there's some stuff that I need to clear
You hit me
up.
up, you're like, bro, fuck all that,
dude. It was all lies, literally all lies.
So let's start from the top. Okay.
I already talked about it on the BFFs, but I'll give you another rundown too. Like,
for anyone that doesn't know, there's a Mom's Basement episode a couple back where we had Summer Rae on here, and she just dogged Taylor.
She sat down and just started popping the fuck off, and I really didn't even know it was that deep. Like I really, obviously,
me
Summer is like a sister to me. We're currently at her house, technically, right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right?
It is a little bit funny.
Yo, bring Summer in. Let's get some views.
Where's she at?
Can I say hi?
She's somewhere. She's in the backyard somewhere.
Summer somewhere.
But she sat down and just started popping off. Obviously there's fucking two sides to every story.
Yeah.
And I've told her this too, 100 times.
Bro, you were there when
I
we were
like
dating.
Taylor.
Like,
Taylor's my fucking boy. You know what I mean?
Bro, you don't know how bad, like genuinely, bro. Like, you guys know, like, how like genuine I am, and no matter what happens, like, I even read it on the other podcast, and I can show you guys again. But I sent her a DM literally like 3 months ago, like, or whatever, 2 months ago.
You did show me that,
and I was like, you know, basically, because I talked to Nas, and was like, she was like, yeah, she has a boyfriend now. She's super happy. Everything's going great. And I want nothing more, because she lives with you guys. You guys are my boys. Like, everyone's family here. Like, I want nothing more to just not be awkward.
Yeah, no, you did. You reached out and
I was like, I heard you got a boyfriend. Like, I'm happy for you. I just want you to know, like, there's no bad blood. Like, dude, I want nothing more than to have a conversation and squash all of this and move forward with our lives. Like, we don't got to be friends, but like,
I would love that too, man. Because even just like yesterday, like, we're all just kicking, vibing at my crib. There's a bunch of people there. It's like, it doesn't need to be that fucking.
This is what
deep.
I heard. I don't even know if I'm allowed to.
She wants to say a bunch of shit about me. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. She literally tried to have fucking me like kicked out of the house because I was over here. Like, it's like,
yeah, no,
it's like, dude, like, come on now, like, don't. We can dive into it. I'll dive into it just a little bit. I'll give another nice little summary. First of all, there was something I missed at the last podcast I do want to pick up on here. Was whenever she was talking about her, and she obviously didn't say the name, but I'll say it again, Jack Galinsky. That's who she was dating at the time.
That's the guy who you talked to on the balcony.
And so that's who I was talking to on the balcony. And she was saying that I was with Charlie at this time. I was not dating Charlie. This is like late July whenever this happened, because we just broke up in the summer, and I didn't start dating Char till October. Like, I was not even with Char.
See, that's the thing. The timeline is.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But what she said, basically what it sounded like was almost immediately after summer you were with Charlie.
No, okay, so I'll clear that too. Okay, so there was a paparazzi video of me and Char looking like we're on a date.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that was not a date. That was a business meeting. That was a comped meal. We were supposed to have like 10 people at that thing. Yeah. Everyone canceled, and we were it wasn't for me, it was for her.
Taylor, that sounds like the biggest lie ever.
It does sound super
like a lie. I'm
convenient.
gonna tell you, I will literally be the first to tell you that sounds like the biggest fucking stupid excuse I could ever. But
It's almost so stupid that it's like how the fuck would you make that up? Like, if you were gonna make some shit up.
I've been friends with Char for a minute, like, already, like, you know, like, over the last like few years. Like, I met her like at the Challenger Games originally. That's when I first met her, like, years ago. And then when we had like Nelk and all of them in Texas with us, like, all that shit, like, she was there. Like, I know her, like, I'm friends with her. But after me and Summer broke up, Char came over to the hype house, so we were all hanging out filming she was with like Tila Dunn and like all this. Like, we're literally just friends. Yeah. And whenever I tell you, it sounds like the biggest bullshit ever. Yes, but that was she had a comped meal there, and then we had talked about like all going to like the mall or something later that day, like all my house and her friends and all this stuff, like just like a big friend thing. And she was like, oh, like my meeting got canceled, but it's a comp meal. It's still like we can go if you and your friends want to come here and eat first before we go. I was like, all right, bet. None of my friends wanted to go, so I just went. I was like, fuck it, I'll go. I'm fucking hungry as shit. Yeah. And fucking Fletcher's bitch ass had to be there. I fucking love it, but he just had to be there and capture it and looked like something completely different. And then, like always, Summer fucking hit me. It was like, don't ever fucking talk to me again, blocked me on everything, like all this stuff. And it was like, she never let me like explain my side of anything, bro. That's why I said, like, the shit
that's where it ended. Like, it ended on that note.
That's where like it officially
you know
ended.
what's
but like
happening?
I told her, like, after the whole Vegas thing that she said, the Vegas thing was not at all what she said at all. Like, let's just start. Should we just start from the top a little bit, real quick? Just
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, though. You know what's really happening? Summer, at one point, was actually in love with you. That's
no.
Crazy
I know, because she told me whenever
straight up LOVE, like real shit.
I know, and I had a lot of love for her too, bro. Like, I did, like, and I cared about this girl a lot, and you know, this is where it was like she. I don't want to call it like, no, I'm not gonna call it that, whatever. But you know, what first started happening was whenever we were first together, we went to a party at Jake Paul's house. My ex-girlfriend before her happened to be there, and she was like trying to hit me up. Like, she was there at the party, didn't talk to me, but shot me a text and was like, yo, like, let's can we be friends? Can we be friends? And I was like, I didn't want to even text her back or give her the time of day, so I was there with Summer, but I went over to my ex and I was like, hey, like, I'm with Summer now, like in the most respectful way, like I don't want anything to do with you. Like please, like can you just like I'm happy over here. And like that's genuine from the bottom of my heart what I was saying.
Yeah.
Summer saw me. Granted, I completely agree that like maybe it was bad timing to talk.
I know your ex-girlfriend. I can confirm that.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
like let me just say it definitely probably like wasn't the best timing in the world. So she saw me over there talking to her. So I could understand why she could be a little frustrated, but at least hear me out, right? Didn't hear me out. Starts like fucking like cussing me out in front of everybody at the party. Like I'm like, can I please talk to you? Like I'm trying to like grab her hand. She's like shoving me, like all this stuff, and I'm like screaming at me, like in front of my roommates, like in front of everybody, and basically left the party with someone else and not me, and blocked me. Didn't want to talk to me. Blocked my number. Blocked everything. Didn't talk to me for like a week and a half. Messages me, wants to talk about stuff. So we talk about it. We squash it. Moving forward, right?
So that's what happened with the Vegas shit?
Yeah.
So you were supposed to go
No, that's not the Vegas. That was just LA. That's like the first problem we had, right?
Okay.
And then there was something about a video from 2 years prior to when we were dating, and of me talking about like, dude, you guys know about like all like the rumors a long time ago about Summer like bought her account. Like that was like a big like thing, right? Like it was like a big thing. And back in the day, I didn't know her, and I there was a video that me and Bryce did. It was like a truth or strip video or whatever. Her name got brought up, and Bryce was like, I don't know what he said, but I said, "Isn't all her followers fake?" Like and something like that. Like, and I didn't even know her, and like, and it wasn't right for me to say what I said, all this stuff. But she sent that when I was dating her, that clip somehow resurfaced on TikTok, and she sent it to me and was like, "You're so fucking disrespectful." Like that, never talk to me again, blocked me and everything again. And keep in mind, bro, you want to know what's so funny? I was writing a song about her. I was in the booth recording this whenever she sent me that. I was literally writing a song about her. It was kind of crazy, and so basically
as soon as this is over, I'm gonna watch that clip. That's funny.
It literally was like, and that's what I said on the other podcast was everyone was like, oh, they keep unfollowing and following each other, unfollowing and following each other. But she blocked me every single time. I never unfollowed her one time.
Bro, that is the fucking worst
part. The Vegas shit and the Jack shit. I'll wrap it up here. The fucking the Vegas shit. It was quarantine. I wanted to go to Texas, shoot off fucking fireworks, blow some shit up, like all this stuff. Her see my hometown, meet my family. Some stuff fell through. We couldn't go. So I got an opportunity. I hit up a company to pay for a fully sponsored private jet, the fucking biggest room you could possibly get in Vegas, like this whole shit, racing cars. Like I wanted to do something special with her on 4th of July.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't want to go. And I like already got it all comped. I kind of like surprised her. I was like, let's go. Like I got it comped. Like they just paid like $100,000. Like let's go. Like this is gonna be fucking sick. I don't want to go. It's too last minute. I was like, what do you mean you don't want to go? Like this is like we don't have anything. Like we're just gonna sit here in your house and not do anything for 4th of July. Granted, like I would love to spend time with you regardless of no matter what we're doing. I have fun with you. Like I love my time with you no matter what, right?
But you got all the shit.
But I was like, bro, this is fucking sick. Like let's go. Like, and she was like, no.
And you have to go because you can't burn that relationship.
Exactly. And whenever I keep in mind, like they had already paid the money. I had the fucking itineraries. I had everything. Yeah. And she was like, no. So I was like, all right, well, like, baby, like, I'm gonna go. Like, I like they paid for this. Like, this is an awesome thing. Like, I can't just burn bridges like this. She was like, no, go. Like, it's too last minute. I can't even find someone to watch my dogs. Like, all this stuff. So I was like, in the back of my mind, like, I know that she's not okay with me going, but I was like, okay, well, like, I really wish you could come. Like, I told her so many times. And get to the airport, I'm going, I'm getting on the plane, all this stuff. She starts tweaking on me. She's like, I can't believe you actually fucking left me. I can't believe you would do that. Like all this shit. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like, what do you? I want you to come so bad. And she's like, if you wanted to spend 4th of July with me, you would have stayed back with me. I was like, holy fuck, I wanted to spend 4th of July with you. That's why I'm like planned all this.
I personally draw the line with girls too, because that's a fucking very classic like.
Yeah.
No, go, you fucking piece of shit. I can't believe you. Listen, if you extend the invite to your fucking chick,
you want to hear even
and they're
crazier?
welcome to come.
I furthered the invite, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
She didn't want to, she was like, if you want to spend it with me, I was like, Summer, you don't know how bad I want you here right now. I offered to get her another plane.
Yeah.
I offered to get her another plane. I was like, get your shit together and come. Like, I will get you a whole fucking separate plane.
If you extend that invite, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? I would say that's
classic girl moment.
Yeah.
And so I'm like begging this girl to come be with me. I was like, I want you to be with me.
So what was it about your ex?
Now here's where it gets funny. I think during 4th of July, I don't even know if you might have been there. I don't know, but literally Sway, Bryce, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Oh yeah.
For some reason,
Banks,
everyone was in fucking Vegas.
Hold up, Banks was definitely there. He smashed the windows of his hotel room.
Wait, was that
4th of July last year?
It might have been, man. It might have been.
But bottom line,
it really? I was just cracking a joke.
Everyone was in Vegas for some reason. I didn't even know anyone was going. I put this together in like 48 hours, so I didn't know anyone was going.
Yeah.
But this is the time where my ex was living with Jake Paul. Whenever he moved those 2 extra girls
Charlie.
No. Kaylin, yeah. Was living with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Jake was obviously in Vegas, so they all went together. I had no idea. I had no communication with her. I wasn't even talking to her. And Summer always swore up and down like I wanted to be back with her. I was like, I literally want nothing to do with this girl. Like, and so fucking
Which
basically she saw dude. Yeah, I could have been. I don't even need to expose this girl, but she literally like, yeah, of course I could.
Yeah.
But anyway, she saw that Kaylin was there, and she sent me a message. She goes, "I'll just lay it all out. I don't give a fuck." She was like, "LOL, you're fucking like hilarious. You're like your whore ass ex-girlfriend is in Vegas. Like now I know why you wanted to go so bad. All this stuff. Like never talk to me again. Blocks me again. Like I'm like don't you
how many times?
Like at least like 5.
Were you blocked?
Dude, whenever I tell you, bro, she broke up with me every week. Like it's
not good.
And like and in my mind, like I'm like, yo, like whoa, if I wanted to be with this girl so bad, if I wanted to spend my time with this girl in Vegas, why the fuck did I like offer either A, offer you to come, and B, keep asking, offer you another plane ride, like another like
that's where logic has to kick in. It's like you have the fucking invite.
Yes, and
you could come. I'm sure you were saying shit like you could come right now if you want to. Like
I was like, pack up your shit out right now.
Yeah.
And she didn't come, obviously, and so I got back and we were done. She said something about a Colorado trip. She fucking I was supposed to go see her hometown, meet her mom, all this stuff. After that, she goes, "You're not fucking coming to Colorado with me. I already canceled your flight." Like all this stuff. I was like, "Can we please like talk about this for a second? Like you don't have to like just do all that. Like let me like talk to you and explain." She goes, "No, I don't want to hear shit. Like just won't ever give me the time of day to say anything."
Yeah.
And so I went back to LA after the 4th of July, went over to her house to get my stuff, and she is like crying on the bed, saying she's sorry. She wants to fix her ways. She goes, "I know I'm like crazy. Like I know I flip out like a lot, but I love you so much." Like all this stuff.
Trying to work it out.
And I was like, "Look, I like you don't understand like how I care about you so much, and I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot be with a girl that I'm afraid that she's gonna leave me every week. Like it just doesn't sit right with me. Like I'm like on edge, like on the edge of my seat, like every fucking thing I do, every move I make, because I'm like, if I do anything that pisses this girl off, she's never gonna talk to me again. She's gonna block me. She's gonna all this stuff, and I just don't want to. I just personally, I don't want to be in a relationship like that.
You guys both have massive followings, and like you said, every fucking time.
I'm not gonna lie. I bet you two get back together in the future at some point.
You think so, Keem?
I think so, dude. This shit. Yeah. Listen, when a relationship is this fucking insane, crazy, dude. There's some like real.
I will say. I don't think so, but I will say it is kind of crazy and it's weird how like it's been a year. Like it's literally been a year, and she's
like
still talking about me.
The energy is still there.
There's some real emotions
the Jack Galinsky
going
thing.
on.
Let me just wrap that up real quick, just because that was like the main thing where she was like, "I'm crying on a fucking balcony and shit." No. So Jack, I even said this. I'll fucking say it again, because like, yes, like he literally was falling off. He literally came to me and was like, "Help me get back on." Like I literally I basically want to be popping again. And at the time, I was doing very well for myself. Yeah. And I fucked with this guy. I'd known him and Nash and Cameron and all these kids for years. Like, and
I was talking about MagCon kids.
Yes, like MagCon days.
Jesus.
I've known these kids for years.
You know Jack
and back in the day, let me say this, and I fucking told him this too on the balcony. I was like, and Sammy, Wilk, and Jack, you could fucking talk to them. They're like, this is facts that I'm speaking right now. This is 100%. Do your fucking research after this, Banks. You know.
Yeah.
I literally told, bro, those motherfuckers back at like West One Days. It's a studio that they all know. They all used to go to and record out of. Never gave me the time of day. Never. Like they treated me like a fucking like piece of shit.
Welcome
that you step
to
in,
LA.
like on the fucking in the backyard, bro. Like never gave me the time of day. Anyways, and then like he comes to me, I'm open arms because that's just my heart, bro. Like I want to help anybody. Like, anyways, he comes. I'm getting him to film with Noah Beck. Like his videos are popping. Like I put him with the Hype House people. We're like all filming together. He's coming over to the house like all the time, right? He's supposed to be like my boy. The week that me and Summer break up,
they get together.
There was a video that got leaked out or whatever that he was like pulling. They were at a party again. And he like pulls her into a room and they like hook or whatever. I don't even know if they hooked up. I don't want to put stuff out in the air. But
Summer really isn't. Summer really is not that girl.
I will say that. I will back you 100%.
Yeah.
Summer does not sleep around like that. I will 100%. I
like for Summer to even kiss a dude is like.
I will tell you right now. We like I stayed the night with her, and we like laid together for I think like 2 weeks before we even kiss each other.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no.
She definitely does not sleep around. I will never say that ever.
That's how we fucking. That's actually kind of how your name got. A year ago. Yeah, a full year ago, she was on the show.
Colson?
Yeah. We were fucking sitting there talking, and she fucking broke the news to me on the show.
That
I lived with
her
her.
had sex.
Yeah, but that's even crazier than that. That her and Colson didn't have sex.
She told me that. Yeah,
like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no,
bro, this fool is a full blown rock star.
When we talk about Colson, we're talking about Machine Gun Kelly. Just so people know Machine Gun Kelly. Listen,
and
you know what?
She dated this fool and was attached to his hip for fucking 3 months, bro. I saw them every fucking day. Inseparable. Never slept with him. That's
definitely.
insane.
She definitely is. Whenever she is attached to someone, she is attached to someone.
So anyway,
It's
Jack
Galinsky.
Yeah.
So basically, I hit him up after I see that. I'm like,
course,
dude,
bro.
I don't like to take stuff from the internet. I've been in this shit for a long time. I know how shit gets portrayed, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I hit him up. I'm like, bruh, my ex really like would love to hear like what's going on. Like I see this video of you guys like that never responds to me. I text him the next day. I was like, maybe he like needs like whatever. Maybe he'll text me the next day. Never texts me. Goes all day. I text him again. I'm like, yo, it's kind of disrespectful. Like, you know, like you won't hit me back. Like, at least have the audacity to like tell me
let me know what
the fuck's going on, right?
Yeah.
Never responded to me. So I was like, all right. I mean, I'll see him at some point, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Didn't know that I was going to see him like this. I go to Bryce's house for a party. This is my first interaction with him and Summer. I go into Bryce's room. There's about 15 people in the room. The first thing that I see when I walk in is him and Summer on the bed together.
Oh.
I walk in, and of course, I'm like, okay, well, that's definitely not what I planned to fucking see.
Yeah.
I hope I was going in there to say what's up to Bryce and fucking everyone else. But literally, instantly, Summer hops up, looks at Nas, and was like, we got to go now. And then Jack Galinsky's running up to me. He's like, yo, let me talk to you. Like, let me explain. Like, bro. I'm like, dude, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, bro, like, I'm going to fuck you up. Like, please. and Sammy Wilk and Jack Johnson and even Bryce is like, dude, he talked to me, bro. Really go out there and hear him out. Like, go out there. Like, they made me go out on the balcony. I wanted nothing to do with this fucking kid. And they made me go out on the balcony and talk to him. At this time, I didn't even give a fuck. Like, I didn't want to be with Summer. I'm the one that broke it off with her because I was like, I don't want to be with someone like that. Like, I don't. And my main problem was this is my boy.
No, it's the respect thing, bro. Like nobody wants to see that shit, bro.
And so I'm out there, never
You're
cried one time. The only thing that I will say that is remotely close to what she said about like she was like, oh, like I'm so in love with this girl, like you're just like da da da. Never. What I said was, it's just crazy how you like, you know, like I was because he was there while I was going through the breakup. I was like venting to you. I was telling you like how in love with you or how in love with this girl I was to you. And I'm like, you know, getting advice from my boys. And then you go with her a few days later. Like really I was telling you, I was like venting to him, you know, that's the only thing I said. I'm not like, oh, I'm so in love with her. I want to be with her. Da, da, da. And I wasn't even with Char at the time. Like she said, but I told him, I was like, bro, you guys never gave me the fucking time of day. And you came to me open arms. I told Sammy and all them, like they were all out on the balcony. I was like, none of you guys. And Sammy looked at me and goes, he's right, bro. Like we didn't fuck with him at all. And Jack was like, I know. And I want a friendship with you. Da, da, da. And I told him straight, I was like, bro, I'm just being real with you. Like I can't be your friend if you're going to be with her. Like that's just, I can't do that. Like, and he was like, I was like, do whatever you need with that information. I'm done with this conversation. He continued to be with her, so obviously I excluded him from my life. That's what it was. Yeah. And
dude,
at the end of the day,
I'm so sick of these goddamn leech scumbags in LA, bro. These people, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
There's a lot of them, man.
The fact that you were putting this guy up to help his career, and he starts getting with your ex, like a couple days later, bro. That is some scumbag.
At least give us some time. Like he was one of the guys I'm venting to about this shit. Like the
fuck, giving time, dude. Fuck that guy. You definitely should have cut him out.
Yeah.
Yo, dude,
how are you guys? Have you seen him since? Because him and Summer.
I saw him at another party at Jake's house, and this is like maybe a month after the situation, and he tried to like say what's up, and I was just like
fuck off.
Yeah. And then I saw him at Tana's birthday the other night as well, but he didn't try to say anything to me. Yeah.
That was a good party.
It was pretty fun.
That was fun.
It was actually pretty lit. Yeah.
That was fun. It's been a fucking 2 weeks.
It was kind of awkward because like literally it was like very, very awkward because like I was like talking to another girl and she was there. Like, I'm not anymore, but I was, and she was there, and then Char was there, and then Summer was there, and then Jack was there, and like all these fucking like just like
messy,
everything was just so like I was like, all right, well, this is awkward.
That's why I'm very particular about the girls that I like call my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You don't want too many fucking ex-girlfriends. It's never, especially in LA. LA's huge. There's a lot of people, but it's super small at the same time.
What did Post Malone say? I keep seeing the same girls.
Yeah, facts. It's true.
And especially whenever you're in the industry, because like you see all the same motherfuckers at all these LA parties.
So just cut to the chase. Listen, I'm down to stick my dick in you here and there. We're homies. That's cool.
Maybe if I was Banks and I was a savage, I don't be fucking like that. I'm like honestly like such a prude. Like
I know. You're a God-loving, nice young man.
Dude, Banks is such a vibe over. He has 2 puffs in his mouth, like, and just blowing fucking clouds over here.
Yo, Banks, how are you alive? Banks,
Come on,
listen,
I'm old. I'm not on fucking wood, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, knock on wood.
Banks, listen,
I'm alive and well. I'm healthy.
How are you alive and well though? Because I'm old, but I know you're getting older too, and like you're still in partying like these motherfucking 20-year-olds.
Yo, whenever I saw you in Miami,
built
Banks,
different, bro.
Yeah, that is true. But whenever I saw you in Miami, yo, you looked like a fucking zombie, G.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what.
Bro, it's because it was Miami round 2 for me. I was there for Logan shit. We were just in Cabo for that fucking Rubet shit.
I will say, bro, I don't know. I've never smoked or drank in my life, so I couldn't even fathom doing that. But like, how hard you guys go is like immaculate. Like,
you've never drank in your life?
I've never drank or smoked in my. I don't know what alcohol tastes like. I've never like drank or smoked in my life. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I never go to like parties. I'll go to like Tana's or you know, because that's family and like stuff like that. Or y'all's cook out yesterday and you know. But I don't go to parties. I don't. It's just like a bunch of drunk people breathing all over me. I don't fuck with that. Like it's like annoying. Like
not being drunk around drunk people is top 5 worst things
you could
ever find yourself in. Yeah, no, I feel you. Dude, did I talk about the Bitcoin boys and how much money they found?
Yeah, oh my God, I saw that. You told the whole story.
Well, I was fucking borderline dying on that podcast, so I honestly, it's all fuzzy for me. Bro, speaking of Tana's, I had like fucking 4 or 5 people come up to me like, yo, did you really throw $500,000 in 11?
Yeah, you should.
I was like, fuck yeah, I did. Something light work. Something light work. Nice little Saturday.
Yo, we gotta cut it out soon. But there's one thing that I know I absolutely need to ask, and the fans are gonna want to know, and we have to go back to the Gibbs situation. I already know what the answer is, but I gotta ask for the people. At the end of the fight, when you were like, wait a minute, like, this draw is BS, I should have won or whatever. Like, what's going through your mind and like, why did you have that? I already know, you're in a fight. You don't really know what's happening, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, afterwards, I like completely forgot. Like, I don't even know exactly what happened because my adrenaline was going so much. But what I did know, like, my thought whenever like they said draw and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I didn't necessarily think he won. I didn't necessarily think I won, but I didn't think it was a draw. I definitely didn't think it was a draw. Yeah. That's why I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, someone had to have won, right? Like, I will say he was the more aggressor, and stuff like that. But I was blocking like damn near everything.
I hate how fucking hard people go on people who like fresh off a fight. Like, dude, you're in the fucking first person perspective. We're all watching it in fucking 4K, all the angles. We're seeing all the score.
I'm telling you,
know what I'm saying? Like, you can't know exactly what's
everything. Anything I can say that like this is you just will never understand until you're there. Like even sparring doesn't do it justice, bro. Yeah. I'm there and I'm like the best way I can explain is like whenever you play like fucking Call of Duty, it's like first person view and they're like right, it's like tunnel vision right in front of you. I didn't hear my coaches. I didn't hear the people in the fucking stands. Yeah. I couldn't even hear my coaches telling me what the fuck to do. I just saw like fucking binoculars, like straight forward.
Cool,
like,
you got to experience that.
It was like a VR. Like it's like that's the best way I could explain it. Like
out of body type shit.
Yeah.
Yo, so your mom was right behind me and she was shouting at Gibb some foul stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say, bro. I gave Gibb respect afterwards, but then I just came to find out that he called my he looked at my mom and was like, "Fuck you, bitch," or something like that.
Yeah, he said it on the podcast. He was like, I'm fucking like, I got a bunch of people yelling at me, talking shit to me.
If he owns up to it, then that's better.
He said that. He said.
But that's honestly, my mom, so of course I'm like.
He said I regretted apologies, like nothing but respect. Okay. I had no fucking clue who she was.
Because I'll give respect to everybody, but
it was just he's in the moment. He's like, it was in that moment. It was just some random lady fucking yelling at me, talking shit.
No. Shut up, Banks. Shut up, okay? I want to see Taylor Holder versus Gibb 2. Gibb told us on this podcast, he said, fuck Taylor Holder, fuck his mom.
No, he did
Let's go round 2.
So in that case, my address is a joke.
He did not. No, I actually, though, I will say that I told fucking Gibb that, too. Gibb is like shooting for the fucking stars right now, but
Gibb doesn't want round 2, though. We told Gibb round 2 has to happen, right, Ben?
It's the only thing that makes sense, bro. Yeah. For me, at least, in terms of like selling, obviously the story arc of like it being called a draw, all that shit. Like, you're obviously like people want to fucking see more out of you and more of what you can do because
of
you've
course.
been training for a
I
while.
would love to showcase my skills more.
I just don't know who Gib fights. You know what I mean? Like, who does Gib actually fight that people get excited for?
Yeah,
The only thing that makes sense, like from a viewer perspective, is Taylor Holder.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the fucking fans would want more than anything. So I don't think anybody misses that fight, bro.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody misses that.
Yo, but guys, on Spotify, we don't have a comment section, so we always ask you guys to like tweet us, tag Banks, tag Taylor Holder, tag myself.
With an emoji, so it sticks out, because like Hakeem said, you can't fucking do the comments, whatever. What's the emoji for today? Let's do a money bag.
Nah, let's do a boxing glove.
We fucking we've talked about boxing now we've done a boxing glove. We can do a boxing glove and money bag. Fuck it. Do it. Just spam us. I want to see those money bags in my Twitter mentions. Taylor, you're a fucking phenomenal person.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Your energy's great. I wish nothing but the best for you, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, and if you and Summer do get married in the future, make sure we get an invite.
You guys can be like a few, like my like what is it?
I want to be the flower girl.
You can be the flower girl. I'll have Keem security.
Yeah,
because he be fucking people up.
What? Security, dude. I used to DJ weddings.
I'll have Keem playing the piano as I'm like walking down the aisle or some shit.
Hell yeah. All right, thank you, Taylor. Guys, see us next Wednesday. You already fucking know. Mom's Basement, greatest podcast on the fucking planet.
Let's go.
You already know.
You stole that line from someone. Who else says that? Oh, Logan does. All right, we'll see you next week, guys.
He's fucking lying, bro. He's lying. See you guys.
Peace.